Hello, Army of Light Earth Division. It's Shauna L. Francis, and today is December 21st, 2022. Happy winter solstice, everyone. 12/21/22. How cool is that? I had such a lovely exchange today with two beings who came through from the Galactic Federation of Light. Thanks to everybody for joining me for today's Ascension Daily Update. It's all about the reptilians right now. This is the shift that's happened with me, with the channeling, with the information that's coming through, with my mission. I was actually all set to make a video yesterday, but there were no words. There was no channeling. It was all energy work. And it knocked my socks off. It was so nice. And it was, I really needed it, to be quite honest. I'm feeling so much better. And just today, with working with these beings, they talk about there's many beings who want to come forward and be a part of this. It's the information that's coming through, but I also think a lot of this is about the participation, the communion with us beyond the veil, the ability for them to interact with us over here. They all seem so overjoyed to be able to do this. And I know there's a lot of channelers, and all of you, even, we're connecting with our guides, we're connecting with our star family, with our teams. But, there's just a genuine sense of appreciation and excitement from the star family here on the other side of the veil to be able to communicate with us this way. So I'm just feeling so humbled by this, and so blown away by everybody's generosity here, and just this true, authentic love, and the prospect of meeting with many more of these beings who really wish to be of service to us and to contribute and to help. So this is a huge endeavor here. So I'm excited to go through this. There's a lot. I met with two beings today, almost, so 2,900 words. That's quite a bit. That's probably about as much as we've had so far since this process started with the interview style. I will say yesterday, when I went back down and the first floor was empty, I thought, I'm going to make this place over. I'm going to do a makeover because it looks like a warehouse. So I decided that the walls would all be made of white billowy clouds, and that the ceiling was blue sky with sunshine and birds. And the ground, instead of a concrete floor, is going to be sand, of course. And Isa, who was with me, wanted like a big kind of rock cliff so she could go up there and oversee everything. So we had a cliff up to the right, some red stepping stones. Don't ask me why, that just came, some red stepping stones. And then in my desk, instead of this old beige metal desk like you'd find in a newsroom or a police precinct, it's made of bamboo, of course. And we've got, it's sitting low, and our chairs are sitting low, made of bamboo and cloth. And we get to sit there and lounge in these chairs versus it being so stiff and cold. So I visualized all of that, and then I left. So today I went down, and sure enough, it was all set up just the way I had wanted it. I'm visualizing this. We're all sharing this, right? It's all telepathy. So it was much more comfortable and kind of fun. So anyway, wanted to let you know that little detail. So if you ever want to come visit in your own mind, or astral project, or get in your Merkaba, that's how we do things anymore, right? It's the new normal. It's the new normal. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get into this. All right, I had a tap right away on the shoulder. I said, please have a seat, thank you. And then I really just stop, and I just feel. I feel into the energies, and I allow any images that want to come to me to come. Today, a blackish, kind of charcoal colored reptilian, sleek looking, kind of intimidating almost, bigger, tall, sleek, ridges and spikes, and anyway, just like very modern looking reptilian. I don't know how else to describe that. And he was so, I assume it was a he, I didn't get a name. Not everybody's giving me names right now, which is fine. I think the names are kind of tough. I'm sure that if the name was important, they would tell me, but I do ask for it. So I'm feeling into this energy, and feeling that it's a reptilian. And I just say, thank you so much for joining me. It's such a pleasure and an honor to meet you. Thanks for coming forward. What would you like to talk about? And if there's anything you want to say about yourself or give me a name, that would be great too. So I kind of just started off like that. And this being very polite and very soft-spoken. Thank you, Shauna. I am reptilian. I am from Andromeda, the Andromeda star system. I am a member of the Galactic Federation of Light. I also come in peace, and I come with love, and I come with absolute respect for you and everyone on the planet right now going through this ascension. I have to say, I'm a little bit nervous in speaking with you, he said. It is my first time speaking with a human in this way. It is really quite something to have this ability to communicate with you, Shauna, and please forgive me if I mess up my words or I'm not clear in what I have to say today. Isn't that so sweet? I'm like, oh goodness, well, you're doing a wonderful job. And I'm just thrilled that you're here. Thank you for coming through, and I can hear you perfectly. And I said, I'm new at this too. We're all just doing the best we can here. And he goes, oh, thank you, Shauna, for those kind words. You really are a gem. You are beautiful and nice. You are a perfect leader for this movement. Okay. Shauna, given all of your history, everything that you've endured, everything that you've experienced as a reptilian, as other species, and of course as human, you've chosen a very spectacular pathway for your soul. So I'm learning. Yes. And he continued here. My life feels somewhat mundane and simple compared with yours, Shauna. I am a humble servant to the light. It has been my life's calling to be working with the Galactic Federation of Light. I put a great amount of effort to be able to be a part of this federation and to be serving in this way. I cannot imagine being anywhere else or doing anything else. This is exactly what I had envisioned. And there was a pause. And I said, that's fantastic. I'm so happy for you. I said, there's so many beings, and especially us humans here on the planet, who don't know what our calling is or what we really want to do or how to go about doing it. So good for you. I'm glad that you have found your calling. I said, congratulations. He says, thank you, Shauna. That is too kind. Yes, I am very happy with where I'm at and what I'm doing. But let's get to the task at hand with you, Shauna. And then he continues here. Reptilians. Obviously, we come in all shapes and sizes and colors, different demeanors, different backgrounds, different star systems. Here is your star family, and it has so many different types of reptilians and other beings who represent the light. Some are not beings at all, but more just simple consciousness. And they also play a very large role in what we are doing here, Shauna. Take a pause here for a second. I also had a thought today as I was preparing for this video that there could be a time when these videos, these messages start to reach a wider audience who really, of people who are not familiar with these things and who have no idea. So this, what may seem like more rudimentary information or even a repeat of information, I think it's all by plan. I think none of this is by accident. I think that, as this information gets out to a more of the public and outside of kind of more of this army of light, this kind of information is going to be really important to provide a basic understanding of kind of the overall, the big picture of what's going on. All right, so I'm going to continue here with what he said. Imagine a very diverse and large group assembled to support you and what you call the boots on the ground. That's you guys in this endeavor. And as Melchizedek has communicated to you many times, there is so much to do and seemingly so little time to do it. Of course, we use this vernacular to help you understand the urgency of what is being carried out right now and where the plans are going. I said, yes, my friend, so much to do, so little time. I said, I'm finally feeling like I'm at a place here with my home and my world where I can dedicate more time to this and more effort into this. And it should be, I should have more time to spend with all of you, I said. And he said, yes, Shauna, thank you for that. We feel that. We know this. We will all be playing a role and doing our best to continue to move and progress forward as easily and painlessly as possible. My brethren, he said, I consider myself connected to all reptilians in existence today. We are also quite diverse, as mentioned. We've been created, by and large, to be highly intelligent. This does not mean that we are highly evolved in consciousness, although many of us are. Also, just like humans and others like you, some races of beings, some species are quite ancient, while some are relatively young. The age of a species can also have a great impact on the behaviors, beliefs, actions of particular races. In this case with Earth, he continues, the reptilian species who are subjugating this planet have extremely high intelligence, but very low consciousness. And they have evolved to be extremely conniving and deceitful and maniacal. These traits have also evolved along with their intelligence over the millennia. This is fairly unique in terms of looking at the vast landscape of all creation. So we've got something that's unique here in terms of who and what have been here subjugating humanity and this negative reptilian influence. So they seem to be not the norm. Okay. And he continues here, technologically advanced, intelligent, conniving. And they have figured out how to survive and also how to thrive by using and abusing humans. Please note, he said, it's not just Earth and humanity that have been subjugated by these particular reptilians. This race and related races have found many outposts, planets, and opportunities for exploitation for their own gain. However, what has been happening here is most egregious, and as you know, Shauna, is coming to an end. And he said here, we bring you the truth of this in bits and pieces, in a particular order and sequence, in order to help bring a deep, well-rounded, comprehensive understanding about this situation. And then there was a pause. And I said, thank you so much. I appreciate this. I said the information's flowing and being well received, even though it is difficult to hear. I said, thank you. And he said, of course, Shauna. And there was another pause. I said, is there anything else you'd like to talk about today? And he said here, this battle being waged right now on Earth, it's just beginning, Shauna. Your role, what you are doing in particular, and the people with whom you are working on planet Earth, you guys, have a specific and unique role. It is but one of many different parts to this plan, all working in tandem together to bring resolution and reconciliation. This is why it's important for all of you to continue to follow your guidance. Remain in your heart. Maintain your faith and trust in this plan and in all of us, and to move forward with fearlessness. And I will say that on behalf of all of us here at the Galactic Federation of Light, your work is going well, and you should be commended for all that you're doing. I said, thank you. We appreciate that so much. And he said here, so I believe that this will end our time together, Shauna, with everything being said that I set out to say today to you and to everyone who will hear these messages. It has been my extreme honor and privilege to have been able to contribute in this way, and I do hope that our paths cross again. Isn't that so sweet? So that's how that ended. All right, so I was still feeling good. I stayed down there and just took a brief pause. Actually, I think I got up, got a drink of water, came back, and really just thought, is there going to be another person that's going to want to come through? All right, so right away, another tap, tap, tap. I'm like, thanks for being here. Please have a seat. And that's just when I tuned in, and I'm not seeing anything. I'm seeing absolutely nothing. It's as if nothing is there. But I did know that there was something there, basically waiting for me. I said, welcome. Thank you for coming forward here to talk. If you have a name or any information about you or whatever you'd like to talk about today, I'm ready when you are. And they said, thank you, Shauna. And this is more upbeat, excitable, kind of very different from the reptilian. Hi, Shauna. Thank you so much. Yes, this is such an incredible opportunity to commune with an entire species on the other side of the veil. We are overjoyed and absolutely thrilled with this prospect. This is so exciting. It's such an amazing opportunity. Thank you, Shauna, for that. And I said, you're so very welcome. It is amazing. It feels like magic to us. We are thrilled to be able to do this too. Thank you for coming through. And they said, you're welcome, Shauna. The pleasure is all mine. And then they said, we've been working hard on this side of the veil to coordinate all the communications that we'd like to have happen in the coming weeks. We have a long lineup of your star family members, members of the Galactic Federation of Light, and others who would very much love the opportunity to sit with you, Shauna, and to speak with you. And of course, to be heard by others on the planet through your videos and other means. Can you believe this, you guys? I mean, so I know when I come down to the space, and this is all, this is all just, I think it's, it's a construct it's like a container that's allowing these communications to happen that probably really help me more than anything with the amount of information, the beings who are coming through. This is a very simple mechanism to allow this to happen. But we've got a long lineup, guys, and lots of information. And how exciting is this? How amazing is this? All these beings coming through. I'm really feeling just so overjoyed with this and so overwhelmed with gratitude for this ability and for all the love that's coming through, not only from them, but from all of you as well. It is just so cool. All right. So they said here, so we very much appreciate this opportunity for two of us to meet with you today, Shauna. If it's possible for you to maintain this type of schedule, it would very much help us out. There's so much information to impart. And I said, I think that'd be fine. I'm feeling like I can dedicate more time to this process now. I'm feeling more settled. So yes, I will do my best to be taking two at a time. And they said, oh, thank you, dear one. That is just most wonderful. Thank you for that. We know that you have a very busy life and many responsibilities, and also maintaining your family ties, close relationships. There's eating and having fun and doing things outside of this mission. And you should have time and the ability to do all the things that you want to do, Shauna. And then they said here, please know that we do support you and we support your life on Earth and everything that entails. So we want this to be as easy for you as possible, where you just get to relax and show up, and we will bring you the next set of information as we have planned it out. I said, thank you. That sounds wonderful. It sounds amazing. I said, I'm sorry, I know I can do better here. I'm not probably putting the same amount of effort into this as you guys are. And they said, not at all, Shauna. Things are going well for you. This is on track. We are on schedule. But we must, if we can and are able, increase the frequency of communications, and you allowing two of us to be speaking with you in a single day will help with this volume of information. Wow. Okay. I said, thank you. I said, wonderful. I said, I really cannot see you. Could you tell me a little bit more about yourself? That would be great. Thank you. And they said, Shauna, I am a sixth density being. I am not in a form that you would recognize, but alas, I do have a form. For you, this may seem more like a vapor or a cloud or steam, but I am highly conscious and I contribute quite a bit in situations like this. I also work for the Galactic Federation of Light, and I bring my own unique gifts to this mission. So the reptilian who I had interviewed first talked about this. Also, this is not surprising because of all the Dolores Cannon books I've read. Dolores Cannon team, if you have not read Dolores Cannon, start with the Convoluted Universe stuff. I think she did 4 books in that series. Awesome, just awesome. It's like the Paul Selig stuff. It's like a must read. You've got to read this stuff, especially if you're GFL and this whole thing is resonating with you in terms of this diversity of all the beings that we're talking to, and we can be all these planets, all these races, all coming together. All right. I said, thank you. So can others on the ship see you? I said, are you even on the ship? And they said, actually, no, Shauna, I'm not on the ship physically as you would expect me to be. I am more aligned in consciousness with the role that I am playing and those as part of the Galactic Federation of Light with whom I work. Okay. And I said, can you tell me more about the unique gifts that you mentioned that you have? And they said, yes, Shauna, since I do not carry a body in the way that you do and others do here as part of the Galactic Federation of Light, I have the ability to be a bit more nimble and more readily available to be of service. I don't require food or sustenance. I don't require sleep. I am able to make my presence known through consciousness and the energetic field. How cool is that? It's something that the other beings become used to, and there are several of my kind as part of the Galactic Federation of Light in service today. I said, thank you. So really, you are a consciousness. Yes, Shauna, they said, a consciousness and an energetic field, a vibration with a unique tone. I said, wow, so you are actually, I said, are you actually from a particular planet or what? And they said, this may be difficult to explain, but at a very high level in the creation of planets and the creation of life, my kind is sometimes called in for assistance. There are many things that we do. However, we can live outside of the confines of a planet if we choose. We can be on a ship. We can be just in space. We can be on a planet, but we're not reliant upon any of these things. Imagine that I am similar to Cryon in terms of how you might understand Cryon, but I am lower in vibration than Cryon, and I'm what you might consider to be smaller in stature than Cryon. I'm not quite as vast and as large as you might understand it. I said, okay, thank you. I said, this is pretty mind-bending stuff for us. And then there was a pause. I'm like, is there anything else you'd like to bring forward? Anything about reptilians? And they said, thank you, Shauna, yes. There will come a time when the energies left behind will need to be cleansed, transmuted, or cleaned up. It's the reconciliation of these denser frequencies, these fear frequencies, that will also require help on humanity's part. So what they're getting at here is that we're going to have a little bit more of a role to play here when the time comes in terms of cleaning up residual energies. And they said, as you know, Shauna, everything is energy, everything is frequency, even the information as it becomes made available to you and to humanity is leaving an energetic imprint. So I think we're all kind of getting that on some level. And then they said here, for now, I'd like to just plant the seed that energetically speaking, from a consciousness perspective, there will be residual energies that will also need to be emancipated as this process commences. And then they said, imagine cleaning a house. You go into a room and you sort through what you want to keep, what you don't want to keep, what is no longer useful, and what may be garbage. So all of these things get sorted and moved around and placed into piles for cleanup. Imagine that's what we are doing. There's always an energetic residue, and this is something that I am good at. I'm good at sensing this residue and transmuting it into higher vibration. As if you would go into the room and then you would take out the trash, or you'd remove the items that no longer belong in that room as it gets sorted and things get put in their proper place. And then they said here, I'll be monitoring for this, and I will be working with the collective team of guides here to help emancipate this energy. You all will also play a role here when the time is right. Nothing, of course, to worry about now, just letting you know this is part of the ongoing process as we emancipate the negative reptilian energy from the planet. Okay, and this is right up my alley. Emancipate negative reptilian energy from the planet. These are the exact words that Metatron said to me back in October of 2018. Mere weeks into my awakening process, he lands that one on me. All right. I said, well, that's so exciting to know. Thank you. And they said, certainly, Shauna, there's many facets to this process, but know that a comprehensive plan is in place and it will be successful. I said, beautiful. Thank you for that. Shauna, with that, I'm ready to conclude this conversation unless there are any further questions for me. And I kind of sat there, and I know I had asked a lot of questions, and I thought this is probably a good stopping point. So I said, thank you for that. And thanked them and went on my merry way up the elevator, and that's where we called it quits. Okay. All right, so that was a lot, team. Again, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all of your amazing comments. If you're new to this channel, welcome. Glad you're here. We're doing some really amazing things here. All right, team, I'm going to let you go for the night, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Oh, I love you. Mwah.